The first place where we actually see witchcraft manifest was when Lucifer led a rebellion in heaven. So this is how ancient witchcraft is. This is how far back witchcraft actually goes. And so we have to understand that witchcraft is in every nation. Remember that it's in every single nation. It's in many neighborhoods represented around the world. It's in every state. It's in every single city. No matter where you are at in the world, we see witchcraft in media through like movies like Disney. You see witchcraft in government. I can guarantee you that one of the places where the enemy wants to gain a stronghold of witchcraft in would be the White House. If you live somewhere else, wherever your government, wherever the portal is for your government, where laws are legislated and things of that nature, this is where the enemy would love to get a stronghold. So it's not just in churches. It's also true that the enemy wants to get his foothold within the house of God as well. He does this through false ministers. So he does this through false prophets, false apostles, false teachers, and even false brethren. That's right. Falsehood is not limited to people that are in the fivefold. There's also something called false brethren. So there's other ways that the enemy will invade a congregation. The biggest thing I want you to understand is the enemy wants to, through witchcraft, operate in the earth. Now, God established a law in the book of Genesis that's important for us to understand. So remember this, that witchcraft, that God established a law in the beginning. Now we see that God began to create everything. He began to speak. As he spoke, he made things. He takes Adam, he makes him from the dirt of the ground. But once he makes Adam, forms him, a shift took place. And this was when this law was established. And I want you to understand this. God went from speaking to creation itself. Then he began to speak to man. Then man now had to speak to creation. What law was established there was that dominion had been given to men and that the supernatural dimension would have to cooperate through man in the physical dimension. This means that for God to move, God must locate a man. This is also one of the reasons why Jesus had to be born. So notice that he had to be born as a man. This represented also man's dominion in the earth realm. So because man had dominion, God himself had to come as a man, operate as a man to restore what had been lost by the first Adam. God said in Ezekiel, he said that I searched the earth for someone who would stand against me, but I could not find anyone. Therefore, he said, I poured out my wrath, my indignation. So in other words, this means that God needs men in the earth to operate.